Good morning and welcome to P&B Sports Show. I'm Eva Sunday. It's a wet morning and of course P&B Sports Show will keep you warm. I'll be joined in the studio by the head coach of JSS Caro, Coach Oche Agabi. He'll be telling us everything about the National Nestle Milo Basketball Championship. Just grab your teacup because P&B Sport start now. Welcome back. It's still P&B Sport right there in Abuja. And I'm still with Coach Oche. Coach Oche, good morning. And how was your night?
Good morning, my brother. My night was okay. I thank God for.
It was a wet morning today. And of course, you are all on pullovers. I could see that. Now let me know where sweater.
The weather is somehow cold, yeah?
And of course, I'm with Princess Faith Ezioku, right? Sorry for the pronunciation. The captain of GSS Caro. How are you this morning?
I'm fine, thank you, sir.
And welcome to the show. So let me start with you, Coach Oche. Milo, this is your first time taking this team since Coach Oche left. Remember, we had an interview in Lagos and I talked about this thing even before a pre-match interview before the finals. And you told me that, of course, you encountered so many challenges, but we really don't have time to converse. And of course, thank God we're in the studio now and we want to talk about it. How was it after Coach Andre left? And you know, the ovation was very loud when he left. JSS Caro was very already well known in Nestle Milo Basketball Championship. Of course, they won the competition before now. That was, I think, in 2023 or 2022, I can't remember. But it was that period. And you stepping in, your first season, you clinched the title.
Well, first of all, I would say that it's God. It's God and His grace. It's not my doing. Let me not lie. It's not my doing. Everything starts and ends with God. But as human, we also played our own part, which is the training aspect. You can't just fold your hand and then expect victory. You have to put in work, and we worked, and God came through for us. So that's all I can say.
Okay, let me come to Princess before I get back to you. So, Princess, during your preparation for the Nestle Milo Basketball Championship this season, and do you ever imagine that you are going to be the champion?
Okay, yes, we did because after all the training and the hard work, we were not going there to lose or anything.
So you were convinced that, of course, you are going to clinch it.
Yes.
So okay, just because you trained so hard, you feel that other people are not training that hard.
No, we had that conviction in us that we are not going there to lose. Like we are going there for the title.
Okay, Princess, I'll still stay with you before I go back to Coach Oche. What about the how do I call it? How do you marry both? Because I know training in basketball is very tedious. How do you marry both academics and also basketball?
It was not actually easy at all. Like I won't lie, it was not easy at all because you have to come very early by 6 for training, then finish by 8, then head to the classroom after the school closed by 2 o'clock. Still like stay 30 minutes break, then we hit back training morning, night, morning tea from 2 to 5. The training was very, very stressful and
So it wasn't that easy, but you were able to navigate. Let me go back to Coach Oche. Coach Oche, you know, you're smiling. And that is how you were smiling last night in Lagos. So, and I was like, the pressure, you could feel the indoor then, because I was there live. The indoor in a national stadium in Lagos, the pressure, even me, I couldn't stand at the point. I couldn't sit at the point because you could see the pressure everywhere. I was like, okay, if me as a sport journalist, I'm there and I'm feeling this pressure, what now happened to the coaches that are there feeling the heat? Because Oshun, they are not a pushover. And you remember that you lost to them during the group stage. And meeting them again in the finals, of course, it's like, What did you even tell your players that night before the game, before the finals?
Fine. Okay. It's not easy, but it first of all it's voiced down to teamwork and player taking instruction, because as a coach, if you have players that don't take instruction, it's going to be very, very hard for you to win. We lost to them at the group stage, so all we need to do was we went back and we re-strategized. If you watch the game very well, at the group stage we played them man on man, and we discovered that they are of more build and condition for man on man. So as a coach and my assistant coach, that is Coach Zaka Ondona, we went back, we sat down, we watched the game, because at each game that we played, we have a record of it. So we went back and we played the game again. We sat, we watched, and we analyzed the game. He now suggests, I'm like, okay, now if we played these people man on man and we are unable to contain them, let's fall back and play zone. So we called the girls together. We had series of discussion. We opened the floor for, because I'm a coach that listens to my player, right?
You try to get feedback from them.
So like, okay, you played the game, you were in the game, you saw the hits. What did you observe? What do you think? So after all the player gathered their own observation and the rest, we now concluded as crew members, okay, this is what we're going to do. You understand? So that was what we did, and then God helped us. Victory was ours.
Then it's as if like God of basketball just favored GSS Caro that day, because the threes were just coming in, everything was just working perfectly for you guys. And for the other end, it was going wrong, because I could see Coach, I'm trying to get his name now, the Oshun coach. I could see him, he was really under pressure, and he was just shouting on those girls. And you could see when a coach started making substitute frequently, you know that yes, he's really under pressure. I can see you put on, you bring the girl out, bring another person in, bring that out, you know that yes, it's really under serious pressure. But at that point, what was going through your mind?
Well, I really appreciate. He's a very, very good coach, and I think I've come across him some couple of times. He's very experienced and the rest. But you see, this coaching of a team, right? Everybody has a way of his or her own doings. Yeah. Your own way of coaching might be different from the way I do my own coaching. But this is how I do mine. I can use, like if you observe the game, the final, we use just 6 players.
Yes.
We use just 6 players. So what I do is, if you're a player and I ask you to go inside and you make a mistake, I don't bring you out immediately. I allow you to correct that mistake inside. You understand? So,
because bringing you out might demoralize the player, and when you need that player back again, it might take time for him to come back to his feet.
It's true. So you allow, when the player, like, okay, now if I am doing a sub, I don't just sub you and say, okay, go inside and play. I call you before I put you in. I called you and give instruction. I tell you what to do. Okay, you are going inside. I want you to do this. I want you to do this. I want you to do this. Now, if you give a player a role to play, when that player goes in, that role is already in the player's head. You don't just sub and then ask the player, just go in empty. So that was what we did. And then as a coach also, you watch the game, right? And then you try to see where the errors are coming from. You don't just sub anybody. Every player has a position to play. And as a coach, it is your duty to know a player weakness and his strength. So if you are using a particular player for a game, right, you know that, okay, this player can fit into this tension. This player cannot. That is how we coupled ourselves with the help of the other coach and the rest. Because I was more of the standing, he was doing more of the advising and the rest, and doing more of the coordination, right? While I was standing, shouting and try to push.
So there's this synergy between you and your assistant, and of course there's this communication that way flowing through from the team down to from the bench down to the floor. Let me give you a breather. Let me come back to Princess. Princess, you are the team captain. What do you tell your girls most times? Maybe when you are in camp, preparing for a game, not the finals to be precise, at any of those games in Lagos. What do you girls discuss most times?
Okay, normally we know players do have issues. Can't stay with people and don't have issue. So I'll be like, if there's anything that's any issue you guys are having with each other, like before every game, we'll come together, sit down, we'll discuss, we'll make sure okay, we laugh and get through with each other because if we are angry and we get on court,
It's going to show.
yes, because I can be open now, ball, you will not give me ball, okay, because you're angry at me. So every night we just like clear the issue, clear our mind, encourage ourselves, like we can do this, do more, and pray and thank God.
Now, please, how difficult it is to be. I'm not talking about being a captain in Caro basketball team, not Caro basketball, but how do you think the role of being a captain, how do you think how important it is and how difficult it is to handle for your own personality?
Okay, it's very important and it's also very difficult because you are dealing with girls.
Why do you always specify girls? Is it that girls have more problem than boys?
She's the captain of the girls now. We have a captain for the boys.
Yes, like when they get angry, they, you never know that you have to be very sensitive because there's one issue with one of our girls, both of them they were having issues. So and when we talked about it, like one of them didn't forgive that one. So when we got on, I saw that when we went for break, that's halftime. I was not like, guys, why are you acting? Come on, this game, like more way first.
Before any other thing, you can pick it up.
So you're not like, okay, no problem. So after the game, the night before our usual prayers, it's like, please, stuff like encourage them. Then I was like, you guys know, we didn't come here to lose because number one is the mentality that we took there. We are like, we are not losing this thing. Like, we are going there to win, and that's just all we went there to do.
All right, let's go on a very short break. When we return, Coach Oche is still very much available, and also Princess is also here, the captain of GSS Caro. Of course, we are talking about their victory at the Milo Nationals. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back. Welcome back. It's CPMB Sport Fighter in Abuja. And Coach Oche, we'll be talking about your triumph in the just concluded national finals in Lagos. Let's talk about your boys. Your boys did not make it down to 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 the conference final because I know that it's Gwarimpa that represented Abuja. Is it that you will lay more emphasis on the girls than the boys? Because I also remember Coach Achebe also took the boys to nationals at the point. I think they got to the finals or so, and they lost to Bayelsa. That, and I know that will haunt him for a very, very long time because already they won that game. Seconds to go, the guy just pulled up the shot. I was in stadium that day. The guy just pulled up the shot, and it's a miracle. It's a miracle. Bayelsa won that day, and now your boys. Is it that you focus more on the girls than the boys?
Okay, thank you for that question. The answer is no. We train together. We train together as one, and in fact, I put more effort on the boys than the girl.
Then why is it that the girl seems to
sport generally is a game of you win, you lose. Basketball is a game of, or let me say, sport is a game of mistakes. But those who win make fewer mistakes. So it's a kind of a step back to rehabilitate ourselves ahead of next time. We we are there at the preliminary, and things didn't go our way. Gwarimpa came out strong, and they beat our imagination. But still, we are still family because FCT is an umbrella whereby we are all under. Even at the finals, there you see them supporting us, you
Yes.
see us supporting ourselves. We are together. So I won't say because my boys from my own school didn't qualify, I'm not happy. I'm happy that Gwarimpa, this is their first time of coming in. That experience good for them, and my girls going and God pushing us to final. It's a plus for us. But by God's grace, as I'm talking now, we are already on ground training.
For
The
next
training,
season.
yes, for next season. The day we came back on Friday, on Saturday, I assembled the player. We began training.
No rest at all.
No, we don't rest. No, my dad told me something. After the finals, after the championship and the rest, like see you. This is how far we've gone and the rest. He told me something that breaks my heart, and it's not a kind of break me in a bad way, but it like put me on my feet. He said something. He said, "It is not like you becoming a champion is very easy, but it's maintaining that championship that
That's
is
difficult.
that is difficult.
How can you maintain the
How can you
standard? You can
maintain-
raise the
yes.
bar, but
How do you maintain
to
the-
stay up there is the most difficult thing to do.
So when I had that, in fact, in Lagos, I told the girl, okay, we're going to resume back. At least let them take like 2-3 days to rest. But after the conversation, I called them immediately. I said, no rest, no rest,
At all. Even with, and if they're giving them like 2 or 3
No,
days
no,
so that
no,
they
no.
could relax.
no rest. Because I'm telling you, it's going to be difficult for us now when going back. So we can't just go and fold our hand and celebrate. Oh, they're already. No, we have to go there and defend it. And defending the championship for the second time,
Back to back.
it's not going to be easy. So we're
But
preparing.
some couple of coaches have done it. Coach Tony have done it in Bayelsa. Coach Tony have done back to back. Coach Ken has also done it in Delta. So of course, why can't you do it?
They didn't go back to sleep. They didn't go. No great coach will win a championship and go back to fold his or her arms to celebrate it for long. No, the celebration is there, but the hard work must come in. Extra hard work must come
Fine.
in.
As we wrap up, because we don't have time again. As we wrap up, our D Tigers. Let's just talk about it like a minute or two. Their phenomenal outcome at Afro Basketball on Sunday. They won 5 in a row, 7 in all in total. How will you describe these girls? And a lot, of course, there's a lot of controversies that the money that they're splashing to these girls is too much. Do you understand? So what is your own take? I just want to hear your own take from there. Is the money too much? $100,000? Is it too much? Why some people say retired policeman will not even get, after 35 years of service, they will give you 2 million or 3 million? Do you understand? Do you think the money is worth it for these girls?
Well, concerning you see, there is this belief I always have. There is no pay that is too much for a good work that is done. There is no pay. This girl, they earn it. They went to represent Nigeria. That is like carrying Nigeria on their back and making us proud. And you are saying the money paying or the money that they are being paid is too much. It's not. When someone do something good, appreciate that person. Definitely there will be people who will talk and that or there. The same people who are complaining, if they are to be in that shoe and they are denied, how would
They will feel bad too. Unlike those ones that they promised 1980 something, that they don't give them houses. Buhari that came down and give them that. I'm talking about the
past experience.
Yes. Now give them that.
So our girls really tried. I give them applause for that. I am so much happy for their progress and looking forward at least one of these one or two. In fact, we join the D Tigers very soon. So is where we are conditioning their mind for. And with no time, by God's grace, they will all go out to play and carry Nigeria on their back also.
That's good. And then as we wrap up, your girls, I think it's affiliated to you people. Titans, it's affiliated to you people in a way. or is not affiliated? Titans not affiliated to you guys?
No, sir.
Okay,
No,
okay.
Titans is not.
But let's just say it's Abuja.
Yes.
They did well, though they lost to Aces for this league that is going on, this conference, Savannah conference. But they did also. They are going for the second phase in Jos, I think end of this month or thereabout. And I think they finished second in the log.
Okay.
What in 30 seconds? What do you have to say about
Okay.
Titans?
Titans. I am so much in love with Titans. I was once part of them before I start my own.
Or you broke out?
I grew before I start my own
Why
program.
don't you want to use that word breakout?
No. I didn't, because I'm still part of them. Like,
Okay.
we are still together. We use the same environment for training, right? The girls, they are very, very superb. They are wonderful girls. If you see them, you see determination in them. You see girls who are hungry for winning. So I'm part of Titans, and I'll ever support them.
Thank you very much indeed, Coach Oche, for coming down to the studio to talk to us. So I've been talking to Coach Oche, the head coach of GSS Caro, and of course the defending champion of the Nestle Milo Basketball Championship. That's the start of our show this morning. I'm Abel Sunday, and from me and the entire team right here in Abuja, I say goodbye.